Well, that was fun. Good 8 minutes lost. Thank you to the app. Shalom. My name is Dudley, and this is take 2. So you guys aren't going to get a picture and a video of the rooster that came up over here with a bloody beak because he had a fight earlier. The guinea hens aren't squealing and yelling behind me, messing up the video. So I'm trying to think of where I left off, but I need to start again because I don't have any of that footage. The title for today is my fear of my calling as a teen. Let's start from here. I was born on April 26, 1980, and there was I was born in Newark, New Jersey, and I was brought up in East Orange. I lived in East Orange and was brought up in the St. Paul AME Church in East Orange, New Jersey, under the leadership of Reverend James C. Choice. And his birthday happened to be April 26th. He's a lot older. Don't know exactly the year that he was born, but I think he passed away in either 1990 or 1991. As I was growing up, everyone would say, "Oh, they have the same birthday," so maybe I would end up going down the same pathway and becoming a pastor. I really thought about those things as a youth. I would lead youth ministry. I would be involved in Bible studies, choir. I would sing. All of these different things I had a passion for. Then as I got a little bit older, a preteen, I started going on these different church trips, meeting people from all over the world, and my mindset started, not my mindset, my guidance went away from God, and it started to be focused on my body, my physicality, and all types of sex. When I would go on these church trips, that's what it would be all about. When I spoke about it before in my Fight Club video about how my mind was different in different avenues and arenas of life that I existed in. When I was with my family, I was one way. When I was in school, I was another way. When I was at church, I was another way. When I was on church trips, I was a totally different person there as well. And with all of that, I was looking into becoming a minister. I would speak. I held all of these different offices in the AME Church and the YPD. That's the Young People's Division of the Missionaries, rocking that forest green and white. If any of you are ever to see that, but what was happening was I was a preteen that people thought was older, that hung out with the older crowd, you know, the 17, 18-year-olds that were still in church, and we would do a lot of raunchy things with the thought and mindset that we all were going to become ministers. And I started to have some type of reservation for that, because I would see the ministers that would come through the church or hear about it in meetings and different things like that. Oh, this minister got this person that's not their wife pregnant in the church, or they're having a relationship with their secretary, or they're stealing money, they're doing this, they're doing that. And I never wanted to be that. However, I started going down that pathway of becoming the exact same thing. And what ended up happening, I needed to have a reality check. Is this what I want to do? Now, the reason why I walked away from Christianity, it wasn't because of this, but it was a bit of the foundation. The reason why I walked away is because I couldn't get answers to my questions from ministers that were only preaching the New Testament. They weren't giving me instructions on how to utilize the Old Testament to get a better understanding of the New Testament. So all I saw was contradictions when they were saying that the stuff from the Old Testament, it didn't matter for the stuff in the New Testament. So how does any of this work? It doesn't make sense. And the only answer I would get is just have faith. So that wasn't acceptable. But I'm getting ahead of myself, which I don't even think that I'm going to talk about that in this story. What did happen, while I was going through this, like, womanize, well, I couldn't say womanizing because everyone was willing participants. And I was just going down a path that was not a righteous one. I don't even think that it was good for any type of youth to be able to have that much freedom or even have that type of mindset. And I think that was because of the environment that I was in. I did not have good male leadership giving me the guidance that I needed. I lived in a house full of women and my uncle, but there was never any guidance on how to treat women. It was just treat people good, go to church, and that was pretty much it. So my mindset was, oh, I needed to get a woman or female and have sex. That was all that was on my mind. As time went on and I saw that that wasn't the right path that I needed to go down, I then started questioning, well, what does God want me to do? What is my purpose in life? What am I supposed to be here for? And as I was trying to figure that out, I couldn't get any answers, especially being so young. I shouldn't have had any answers. However, I started to have the fear of, if I find out what I'm supposed to do in life, I'm going to accomplish that, and then God isn't going to need me anymore, and then I'll just end up dying. And so that thought started to permeate in my head and gave me so much fear of not wanting to do anything and just go through life, not pay attention to the calling that God or Yah has for me. And that was another part of me tuning out what Yah had in store for me and trying to figure it all out on my own. And he gave me the opportunity to go out and experience life, to then at 40 pick up a Bible. Well, no, was it 40? A little bit further before. I guess at 38, 39, pick up the scriptures, thanks to a YouTuber, Bear Independent, giving me the insight on his life story and how he got to where he is, and how he heard the voice of God giving him a plan on what he's supposed to do in life. So I opened up my ears, listened for the word of Yah to get guidance on what I was supposed to be doing, where I was supposed to be, and where he's leading me to. So I believe that Yah put me on a journey so that I would not know fear, that I would be willing to go into battle for him without having any question. He set me off. I'll talk about this in the future. He would put these hurdles in front of me, like physical hurdles, whether it was my grand mal seizure, which I'll do a video on, my leg surgery, car accidents, so many different things to test me to see if I was strong enough to go to battle. Then he put armor on me for me to become a football player and to see if I would be able to handle that. Then he took the armor off of me and said, now go out and fight. I went out and fought. I became a professional MMA fighter with 26 pro fights. Then he brought he put a woman in front of me. Jumping around. He tested my patience with giving me a son at 23 before I even considered myself a man. And I didn't do that until I was, 27. That's when I actually was able to look myself in the mirror and say that you are what a man should be. Later on, Yah tested me with putting all different types of females in front of me, but then testing me to see if I would choose the right one. So a woman that would humble herself to me and give me the peace that I needed to be able to strengthen myself to be a true man of Yah. And this is while I was still wearing the hat of an agnostic, or how some would know it as an atheist, even though those are two different things. He then tested me with infertility to see if I was really truly ready. He tested us with infertility to see if I was ready for his calling. Then he wanted me to move out of where all of this dark cloud of my past was, which it's not really that dark, but where it would be a hindrance to me so that I couldn't do his calling and his purpose. So he told me to get ready to move. Don't know where, don't know why, but New Jersey wasn't the place for us. And with saying yes to that, then I was blessed with my wife getting pregnant. Before then, it was turmoil and a high stress where I didn't know what to do. All I did was just hopped in a truck and drove so that I could hurry up and get back to what I didn't know. Every day I didn't know if it would be good news or bad news. But Yah took me out of that, took us out of that situation, brought us out here in a van to then give birth to our little chunk. And now he's giving me the opportunity to be able to speak to all of you and give my testimony about hearing the calling and how it took me over 30 years to actually hear the calling. And now that I am, I don't have fear. When I was young, I did have fear, fearing that I was going to accomplish what I needed to accomplish, and then that would be it. But that's not the case. I don't have fear anymore. I have the strength that I didn't have back then, that Yah has granted me with, and then also has people around me that if I am to ever struggle, they will be able to boost me up and get me back on the path where I'm supposed to be. So to all of you watching this, if you feel as though that you are not where you're supposed to be, just read your word and Yah will get you on the path that you're supposed to be on. Because I didn't know where I was supposed to be, and I was fearful of where I was supposed to go. And if you have fear, you're going to have to overcome things through scripture to build up your strength, to be able to listen to that voice, to go on, follow that guiding light to get you to where you need to be. Like, I am nowhere near perfect, and I still have hurdles that I need to get over, but I am grateful for the journey that I've been on, and I have so much more to do. So hopefully whoever's watching this has a better understanding of me, and hopefully I can be that mirror for you to ask those questions to yourself on how do I get to where I can do what Yah wants me to do and be. So that's it for me. Shalom.